Who is someone that you thought was sweet but turned out to be psycho?
She's never answering this. Wow.
First time I've ever said that on air.
Damn.
Ava, welcome to Sorry We're Stoned. We are back this week with our friend Ava Max, our new friend Ava, that we just met. And we're so excited to have you. I've actually played your music a lot in my sets, and I've kind of followed your career in dance music for a little while. So I'm super excited that you're here. And I think our stoners, which are our listeners, are just really going to love you.
Thank you.
Just to give a quick intro on Ava, she is a multi-platinum global pop sensation. You've heard her hits like Sweet But Psycho, which I love, Kings and Queens, So Am I, and Choose Your Fighter from the new Barbie movie. Ava Max continues her incredible 2024, entering a new Ava Era, which we're excited to talk about, with a new single called My Oh My, and we're so excited that she's here today.
We really are.
Oh, thank you. And I'm so happy to meet you guys.
Wait, what did you say at the end? The new Ava Era, is what you said?
Yes, so we're going to talk about her new Ava Era.
Got it.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear what that is. I mean, also, we were talking astrology.
I love astrology.
I can
My
tell.
friends are so over it, though. My friends are like, all right, girl, we get it. You're like basically an astrologist.
Oh, Molly
That's
is
great, though.
She's obsessed. She talks about it all the time.
But it's so accurate if you really go deep in someone's birth chart. But hey, whatever, teach their own.
I want to go deep in my birth chart.
I know. We had somewhat of an astrology expert on the pod not long ago, and she went through our charts a little bit, which is the first time I'd ever gotten to do that, and it was just really, truly fascinating.
Right?
Yes.
And the rising and the moon.
Yes.
And all of it. I mean, it goes deep.
It really does. So I was wondering, is any of the Ava Era based on anything about the
Okay,
moon?
well, let's get into it. This Ava Era, and tell the stoners, what inspired that? What is this new Ava Era for you?
Oh, the third era. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm really coming into my own. I'm working with new people on this project, and that can be scary. I was very scared at first because I was so used to working with just a few people, and I mean, I don't work with those people anymore, and I will talk about that later on in the year and when I release more songs about what happened last year personally, and it was a little bit dark for me, and I lost some people that I really cared about, and I think it's a growing time for me, and I'm transitioning, and I feel like I'm finally on my own 2 feet. And it was hard at first, but I'm really loving it. It's like I'm finally spreading my wings.
I can understand it so much because I watched Molly do that, where, she was with certain teams, and I just felt like there was a certain point, and it's been not that long ago that I felt that she really came into her own and was doing her. And it was so liberating, and she started making the best music she's ever made.
Oh, yeah, when you're really true to yourself.
Yeah.
But you have to truly be on your own to understand that. And I didn't really get it until now. I get what everyone's saying, you got to be on your own for a second. I'm like, but I don't want to be on my own. I don't like being alone all the time. But it's therapeutic, and you start realizing, okay, I don't want this, I do want this, and I know exactly what I want.
Honestly, I think for me, I had never had that moment until COVID, and I was forced to be alone.
Oh, COVID.
I know. I kind of want to touch on the COVID thing because Sweet But Psycho, that came out right before COVID, right? So you had this massive momentum, and then the quarantine happened.
Yeah, 2 years before.
Right? So do you feel like that affected your career at all? Do you feel like that was a bit of a setback, or how did that play in?
Yeah, I was supposed to go on a world tour.
That's what I thought.
And so then I didn't. But Kings and Queens went #1 on Hot AC and stayed there for so many weeks. And I was at home doing nothing, just Zooms on the interview. And I was like, thanks, guys. I'm totally performing the song everywhere. No, and they just loved the song. So I felt blessed that I could share my music and people really resonated with it. So I felt very blessed that I had some songs do well.
Exactly.
I'm sure it felt weird to put out a single and not be out there working it.
It felt weird.
But at the
on
same
the beach.
time, I kind of feel like because everybody was sitting at home with nothing going on, having something like new music to listen to was probably great for so many people too,
Even me, being at home doing nothing and just cooking and learning how to cook because I didn't know how to cook.
I still don't know how to cook.
I was
that was Lon.
Oh no.
I hate alcohol. I
Oh,
only
you
smoke
don't.
weed.
Oh, I don't drink a lot lately. Like
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
never. I just cannot do alcohol.
You don't like alcohol anymore.
It always. I've
never
never
has.
drank.
Oh, you never. That's amazing.
I mean, like,
Wait, no, I'm curious about this. So, as a performer, I feel like a lot of people that get like a little bit of nerves before playing, like drinking or smoking, it would be like a go-to for somebody like that. So, do you just perform like totally sober? Just it's all you.
do everything better when I feel a little pressure. I'm weird.
Gotcha.
I feel like when I'm on the edge of something, like even when I write a song, I close my eyes, I just pretend I'm on the edge of a mountain and I'm just like, I have to come up with something good, something great.
Yeah.
And if I don't think that, then I'm just like kind of not giving my all. It's weird. And then right before I go on stage, I'm like, I have to give my all. It's like do or die.
Do you
in
get
my
nervous
head.
before you
It's
go on?
weird. I have a weird thing with that.
I
I do get nervous.
You do?
Oh my God, of
Yeah.
course I get nervous. But when I go on stage, I'm like, this is it. I kind of look at it like almost my last performance every time. And I really give it my all. And I think it's just how I am.
like she said, she's like, I go out and it's like do or die.
Yeah.
And I think, I get that.
You know, I feel like, again, I feel every artist is different. But for me, I'm like, I think, what if this was my last performance? What do I want to give to everybody?
That's super cool.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I want to enjoy it too, you know?
Yeah.
So I also, I try and prepare a lot mentally beforehand. Like I have a thing called Ava time. Before, like 30 minutes before, I have to have Ava time. Like everybody has to get out of my room because I have to like remember my name, you know. Just I'm like, I go out on stage sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a pop star. Okay, cool. I have to sometimes if I go right on stage, that's when I'm like, I don't feel like I'm prepared, and I still give it my all, but it feels a little. I don't enjoy it as much, so I need to have that kind of. I guess it's like a meditation.
Yeah. Miley does that a little bit.
Yes, she does.
I have to.
Yeah.
Have
I feel like she always plans. She does it more now.
Yeah.
I feel like she's older.
Uh-huh.
Like before the Grammys and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was a serious meditation.
Yeah, we had some
before the
serious.
Grammys.
It's important to ground yourself. I think grounding is so important
It really is.
because all the energy, I believe in a lot of energy. We're made up of energy. So when we're out on stage, I feel like I can feel everybody.
Molly says the same thing.
It's
makes
almost
sense, though.
yeah. It's like electricity going through your body, and you have to figure out how not to do anything too crazy. Because I also go off script, and I know my manager knows this. She's always like, she can rehearse all day, all night. And when I get on that stage, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
And that is a problem because I need to ground myself before, because then I'll do something real fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get lost. I black out.
You know what though? That probably makes it more fun.
Molly kind of says
Right?
that. I mean, it's kind of like you just.
You're not there, really, but you are.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
weird. I don't know how to explain it.
Does it feel almost like an out of body experience in a way?
Yes.
That's what I would think.
It does. And afterwards, I feel this high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best high.
Ugh.
I feel like I could do anything.
Yeah.
It's the
well,
best.
I feel like, I mean, it's pretty ballsy what y'all do.
It is, but it's weird. Ever since I was little, I felt like I was meant to do this. It's like in my blood. I always explain it that way. They're like, have you sang all your life? And I'm just like, yeah, but I also feel like I didn't practice singing. I could sing since I was little. So I just felt like it was in me already. So when I would practice to sing and all that, it was more like enjoyment and I had to like figure out how to like reel it in, because I was really out there. I was worse when I was younger. It was hard for me.
Where did you grow up?
I was gonna ask that too.
Virginia.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Wow.
Virginia. I lived in South Kakalaki for 2 years too.
I love it there.
You know,
So when did you know you wanted to
So-
make music a career?
oh, very young. Again, it's a blessing and a curse when you know what you want to do at a young age, because also the whole family was involved, because obviously they believed in me, and they were like, my mom sang opera back in Albania. I'm originally
That's
Albanian.
cool.
You know, they were Albanian immigrants. So they left it all, and then they left it all again for me and came out to California. So they were,
Wow.
my
that's-
family's more ballsy than I am. Let's just say that.
Wow. Do you have
that is-
siblings?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
older brother.
One older brother.
Yeah. And his daughter's like my sister, basically.
Aw.
Because she's like only 10 years younger than me. So
That
I mean,
is so
that's pretty
cute.
amazing. It's a little like our story, how
Little bit,
we,
yeah.
because, you know, we were in Tennessee, and then the whole family moved out here when Molly got Hannah Montana.
yeah, you guys are ballsy too.
So it was kind of like a very similar situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's scary, and it's just like we took this risk,
Mm.
and you know that we didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
I was just winning these singing competitions in Florida, and my mom's like, "There's nothing in Virginia for you." She's like, and she looked at my dad. She's like, "All right, Paul, are we gonna do this?" And my dad's like, I don't know. My mom put the house for sale without telling my dad.
No.
Love
And
it.
she's like, we're doing this. And my dad was like just losing it at the time. He's like, what about school? She's like, she can homeschool. She took me out of 8th grade. She's like, she can homeschool.
Love it. This is very me.
Yeah.
Very you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're me and my mom and
Yeah.
you were pretty much same energy. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. We're like, we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly. She
Yeah.
made up her mind and she's like, we're all going. We're
Yep.
going to support her. And
Do they still live here?
yeah.
Yeah.
They live in Woodland Hills. Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love the valley.
I lived in the valley for a long time too. I'm more central now, but I lived in the valley for over 10 years.
I would never leave.
I love that.
I love it here. I really do.
It's a vibe.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is.
a
It's a
Southern
vibe.
Valley girl. It's weird,
Yeah,
but
totally.
whatever.
I love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you first started doing music, were you always in like the dance genre, like the world of dance music, or like how did you find yourself there?
I started. A lot of people don't know this, but singing like R&B and then pop
Oh, wow.
R&B. Like Alicia Keys' "Fallen" was my go-to. I would sing that at every single competition, and it was a good a cappella song, because
yeah, I bet.
you didn't have music. And then Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, the Fugees,
Love.
and even the song I got signed to that had a little bit of R&B to it.
Mm.
And then after I started making pop music, when I got signed, I didn't make pop music before I got signed.
Wow.
It was more so after I got
Wow.
signed.
And are you okay with that?
For sure, I found my sound, and of course, I will always. My roots are R&B and that soul, because I grew up singing that, and my voice I feel like is kind of like that.
Yep.
Like when I sing, it feels a little soulful.
For sure.
And maybe one day I'll make an R&B album, but right now I'm having so much fun in the pop realm.
I mean,
of
that's
things.
incredible, because sometimes it doesn't go like that. People
Right.
get with labels and they kind of change who you are, and then but
I
it
know
sounds like
it's
your
hard.
experience was totally different
Oh
and
no, I'm
positive.
stubborn with my music. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't sing anything that's not authentic to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
And obviously, always the people try and shape you different opinions. Then it gets in your head, and then you go crazy, and then you're like, I want to explode because I don't know. All these opinions are
Exactly.
driving me crazy. And I love to collaborate, so I don't have a problem collaborating. And I think that's the number one thing also to tell new artists, like, it's okay to collaborate.
Totally.
Because I think the ones sometimes who get stuck are only in their head, and you got to let it out. You got to talk, and
I feel like
you
it's
know.
like also it's less pressure.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like not only on you.
Yes, it's important to let things out and talk with people.
Yes.
And, as much as we want to all do it all ourselves,
Yeah.
it's not really possible.
No.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, I grew up singing a lot of soulful music.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense to me. Like, from listening to some of your music, like I can almost hear that now that you say it, that influence, especially like in just like the quality and like sound of your vocals,
Yeah,
it makes a lot of
and-
sense for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love pop music too, though, because I love
Yeah.
to dance and yeah.
That's so
I
cool.
think pop you can kind of go into pop country, pop
You
rock,
can.
pop R&B. So there's little influences everywhere. In my
Absolutely.
music. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be.
I always say
straight
pop music. Basically, pop just means popular.
Totally.
So
Yes.
popular
Yeah.
with whatever genre you want to put
Absolutely.
in there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
it's
agree.
everything.
Yeah.
You've worked with like a lot of pretty cool DJs, Kygo, Tiesto, Alan
Yeah.
Walker.
I cheers myself.
Did you work with Alan Walker?
Yes,
Yeah,
Alan
Noah-
Walker.
Noah
Yeah,
has a
no,
song
I
with
did.
him.
Yeah.
Tiesto.
Which is super cool. Like, I would love to just like hear how that experience was for you and kind of how you got into working with some of those big DJs. And
So
do you love it? Will there be more of it? Or
Oh my god, I love collaborating. That's
Yeah.
actually the one of the best part of my what I do, because it's fun to see
I-
a different world. I get into a different world.
Well, I do. Like, I have a production company or what, even this, like, I love
Mm.
a partnership collaboration. Like, I'm not a solo kind of
It's
girl. I
fun.
love having collaborators in
Mm.
everything I do.
I mean, even this that you guys created is incredible, and I love that you guys kept it in the family too.
Yeah.
Gotta.
It's so good.
yeah. Who's been your favorite collaboration so far?
Oh, I mean, all of them, but the recent one I really love, Kygo, for
Mm.
whatever, because I love Shakira too. I grew up singing Shakira, so we kind of sampled a little bit in the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I mean, I guess hers is whenever,
Mhm.
whenever. Ours is whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's a fun one, and a lot of people instantly recognized it.
Yeah. And you've been out playing that with him a few times, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so sweet.
Yeah. He
the
seems
nicest
super cool.
guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did
I
Noah
mean-
do something with him as well?
With Kygo, I'm not sure.
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, I know Marshmallow, but we haven't worked together before.
Maybe in the
He's
future
great.
though.
Yeah.
He'd be perfect
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy too. There's a lot of all the DJs I've met are just really humble guys.
Mm-hmm. I did an interview yesterday with EDM Magazine.
Yeah.
And they asked me something about that, like how is everybody in the dance world and the DJ world? And I was like, honestly, all those guys are so like welcoming and inclusive. Like it's pretty cool, you know? Because there's a lot of musicians in other genres that are not.
Totally.
And very closed off and
For
like
sure.
opposed to change and don't want to let people in. And I feel like in the dance world, it's so the opposite of that. And people do collaborate so much. And DJs put out music together all the time and do back-to-back sets. And it is just like such like a team world.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. That's why I love collaborating with EDM DJs. And
Yeah. I saw you were at the Win with Kygo.
Oh my God.
How was
That
that?
night was fun.
The Win's awesome.
I'm trying to think now. Was that for Super Bowl?
Was that Super Bowl weekend?
Was that Super Bowl? It was Super Bowl weekend. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Super Bowl. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't remember. You know, you
I
do
bet
so
that
much,
was
you just don't
wild that weekend.
It was insane. That was my first Super Bowl. I was there in real time, and the crowd was so electrifying.
No,
was
it's crazy
crazy.
during Super Bowl.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And Usher killed it.
Yeah.
The rollerblade.
It was so
I
good.
loved the rollerblades.
That was great.
A lot of people were giving him shit, but I thought it was cool.
I thought it was different. I like anything different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you there now?
No, it's so weird though. People, I don't know why people think I was.
I
there.
thought they announced you were
They
there.
did well at the Grammys in all the interviews we did. They were like, "So you're DJing at the Super Bowl?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I don't know what to say to you."
It was so funny because
no.
every interview they asked.
But I just guess the confusion was that I'm DJing at the Win. And that's all year, but I think there was like just a confusion because the Super Bowl was in Vegas.
Yep.
They were getting that confused. I
Oh,
don't
well.
know. But there were a couple
Well,
interviews
great
where I was
press.
like, yeah, like see you there. And I was not there at all. So funny.
Well,
Yeah.
regardless, they thought you were there.
I know.
So
I
you
was
kind of
like,
were.
Who would be like a dream collab for you?
Oh, a dream collab. That's a good question. It changes every year.
I could see that.
Well, every year you just need to check it off.
Yeah.
Check your dream collab off.
I know. I think Bruno Mars. I've said this one a lot, actually. Bruno
That'd be
Mars.
super cool.
I just love him.
Yeah.
I
feel
love
like
Bruno too.
He's been a little bit off the grid lately, right? Like,
I know.
What's he been doing?
I know. If you're hearing this, Bruno, I love you.
Yeah.
I love him too. He's just so talented.
He is.
And everything's so fun. I'm obsessed.
I know. So
Yeah.
soulful.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he is super cool.
Hey guys, I am back talking about my favorite pizza place, the Mellow Mushroom, and it is their 50th anniversary, and they are doing so many cool things.
Stoners, if you guys aren't familiar with Mellow Mushroom, you need to get familiar because it truly is some of the best stone-baked pizza. Tish has literally been a fan for years. You used to take us like after church on Sundays.
Every Sunday.
We've loved it for a long time, so we're super excited that they're sponsoring the podcast.
Not only do they have new menu items like the Super Pet Pizza, they have these new honey sriracha wings, the chopped to it salad. They have new drinks. My personal favorite is the Groove Lemonade Mocktail. But what I love is all their new artwork and merchandise that they hired these 3 artists that they commissioned to do all their new artwork, their new merchandise that me and Bogey are wearing. And it's so psychedelic and cool, right up my alley. So wanted to tell you guys about it and tell you to go check out Mellow Mushroom and say happy 50th.
So what is next for you? Are you putting out an album?
I am. I'm kind of halfway through right now the album. I don't want to say almost done because even if I have all the songs right now, I don't feel like they're like fully finished. So I'm gonna say I'm halfway there.
Yeah. How long have you been working? Like, how long do you think an album normally takes you to make?
It's taken a few years in the past. I think this one is the fastest it's come together. It's almost a year this time. But the last few were like a couple years to 3 years. I take my time.
Yeah. I feel like that's not something that like people on the other side, like the fans, really understand. Like, I think people think like, oh, you just crank out an album.
Exactly.
No.
I don't think anyone understands like how
so much
long.
music is made.
Yes.
I mean,
know.
they never hear even
Right.
half.
Oh, I
as-
know.
It's crazy. And then you just put, this one's probably just going to have like 10 or 11, not even last couple were 14.
Yeah.
So I'm making it a little shorter this time.
Do you ever feel like any sort of way about the music that you don't get to put out? Like, do you ever feel sad that those songs don't get put out or?
Yes. In the moment when I released the album, I'm like, I'm going to release a deluxe with everything. And then they never
Yeah.
come out.
Exactly.
I've never seen the light of day.
Sometimes they do, but
I feel like we do that too on a lot of records.
that's how you feel good about it.
I
You're
think
like, it's
so.
going to have.
Then that way you can
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
No.
it usually doesn't happen that
It's
way.
so sad.
I know.
I know. I do feel like it is sad.
I
Like
know.
even with Miley, like I usually get to hear everything, right? And then only 10 or 12 make the record.
Yeah.
And I get so sad.
You
I'm
get
like,
attached
but I
to
love
them, right?
this one, and she didn't put it
I
out. and
know.
that's so frustrating to me.
And I'll say that to her, and she'll go, "Well, Mom, I'll give it to you, and you can listen to it in your car."
That's cute. That's what I say to my family because they get attached to it.
Yeah.
And everybody has a different favorite. That's another thing.
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
Totally.
make this one the single. And I'm just like, you guys, it doesn't work like that. It's the fans decide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which is really cool now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
How cool is it to be part of the whole Barbie thing? Have your song on that album.
Amazing. Barbie's iconic.
I know.
iconic.
Like when I got called for that song, I freaked out.
I bet.
Yeah.
I lost my mind. I was like rolling on the floor. I was like, yay.
So did you already have the song and they asked to use it, or did you write that for that album?
I wrote it for I watched the scene first
Oh,
with
wow.
Mark Ronson on Zoom. And then
love Mark.
yeah, and I was right there watching it. And then we were in the studio that day and we finished it within 2 hours. They had no notes when they heard the song. That never
That's
happens.
crazy.
That
You
never
know that
happens.
never happens.
Wow.
That is so cool.
They're like, this song is actually perfect. So I'm like, no, I'm like, so give us one note at least. They're like, no, there's no notes. We actually love what
that
you
is
did.
so great.
That's super cool.
Like that, again, that never happens. So I was really excited that they
know.
loved it. So
Did Mark do the whole album?
I think he did.
yeah, he did. Well, I mean, a lot of people did, I guess, but he was like
but I think
executive
yeah,
I
producer.
think he was. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought too.
Yeah,
So
killed
great.
it.
Yeah.
I know.
He's so awesome.
He's so talented.
Yep.
Yeah, he really
That's
is.
another collab I want to do.
I just love him.
He's so great.
Yeah.
I know he's worked with Miley so
Yeah.
many times. I mean, he
He's
killed it.
he's so talented. It's beyond.
I know.
Yeah.
For a while, he was like playing guitar with her
I know.
on that. Did
yeah.
he play Glastonbury?
He played Glastonbury with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So crazy.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
know.
See, I've yet to do Glastonbury. I need to check that off the
you
bucket
definitely
list.
do, yeah.
It is, huh?
It's just,
Mm.
it's like you said, like the Super Bowl. It is so electrifying.
Mhm.
It is just unreal.
Yeah,
Wow.
the energy's crazy.
The energy is out of control.
One day.
It's like, it's kind of mind blowing. Like that
Yeah.
was one of those moments where I was like, oh yeah, we did this.
Oh yeah, we're here.
It's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a
Do you
big
play a lot
crowd,
of
right?
festivals?
I do. Yeah, I did a lot last summer after my first world tour, and
Mhm.
it was just a lot of people. It's tough sometimes because you're like sometimes as artists, like on stage, you kind of want to be able to talk to everyone, but even
Yeah.
people so far back, I feel like you
know.
can't reach them.
It's true.
But I
Yeah.
know they see us.
Exactly.
sure.
But I just want to go into the crowd
Yeah.
sometimes, and I'm like, I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's not a good idea.
But I
you-
almost did.
Do you have a favorite festival that you've played?
Ooh.
One that stands out to you?
I'm like, my mind's going blank. We did so many.
Did you?
Lollapalooza Paris.
Oh, the Paris one's
Lollapalooza
sick.
Paris was wild.
That sounds awesome.
That's insane.
I know. I brought my mom for that one, and she freaked out because the crowd was just like they were jumping
Oh.
all at the same time.
That's so cool.
It's not real. It's
no,
not
I know.
real.
No,
Have you done
it-
South America yet?
No,
Oh,
I have
girl.
not
You
done.
just have no clue. It is absolutely insane.
We're doing it right
You
now.
have to.
It's one of the coolest places to
It
play.
literally, the fans are absolutely wild. It
I
is
know.
so
I've
fun.
been wanting to go to Brazil.
Yeah.
so bad.
You would do so well there.
Oh my God, so well.
Yeah.
Y'all need to make that happen.
next year.
Make that happen for her.
Next year.
Oh,
yeah,
you,
she's
you
on
can
it.
you can do the whole little Lollapalooza
Oh my-
rundown there.
Yeah.
They do Brazil, where
Forget all-
Santiago, Chile. Was that Lala? That was a Lala.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Lalas for sure. Yeah,
And Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
those
Argentina.
are
There's
definitely
3.
next. Those are next.
Gotta do
They're
them all.
fun.
Yeah.
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 Very cool.
Did you see me hit my hand here? The wine hit.
It's fun. It's fun.
I had just a few sips. I'm the worst. I'm such a lightweight.
Oh, I am too.
We're all just all over the place every
I know,
episode.
I know.
That's what it's about.
Do you ever feel, maybe it's a little bit different, in nightclubs, I feel there's just so much pressure to drink.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
people are constantly buying me shots.
I'm
and,
not a fan of nightclubs like that.
like it's hard. Like, do you ever feel pressure to drink more or party more? Like when you're playing shows and
no,
people,
I
people
never-
around you?
I never feel pressure.
No.
I don't know. I don't have a thing with pressure. I don't know why. Like with drinking, sorry.
Mm.
With drinking, I can't be forced into drinking. I'm
Yeah.
just like, if I don't feel it, I don't feel it. Because sometimes for me, when I'm drinking a drink and I don't like how it's tasting, I won't
Yes.
drink that night.
I'm the
And then I'll
same.
just dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I hate when people peer pressure me to drink.
To
I
me,
know.
but people do. It's
even
really,
for me,
it's a
even my
thing.
friends,
It's a
just one
massive thing.
drink, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Just one
but
drink.
I just don't like it.
The
Like,
famous line.
it drives
Mm-hmm.
me absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But then when I do want to drink, I'll drink and have a good time. I actually drink better when I'm not pressured to drink.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, totally.
That's because I'm a rebel. I do like sometimes
Yeah.
the opposite. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Man, so it's hard for me though. Like I hate like disappointing people, I guess, letting people down. And even just like in Calgary the other night, somebody was like pouring like really nice tequila, like shots for everybody. And they were like, "Do you want one?" And I was like, "That's so nice, but like I'm just not really drinking liquor this year." And they were like, "Oh." And I'm like,
The face.
"But like you have one for me, you know?" But like you can just tell they're just like so disappointed.
I know.
And it's like, why you gotta do me like that?
I know.
Like,
You're like, I don't want it.
I just
right
don't
now.
want it.
It really drives me. I'm always like, why do you care if I'm going to have a drink?
I know.
Like-
because I feel like people don't like to drink alone, right? So it's like, well, if
True.
I'm gonna have a shot, you need to have a shot.
I
Kind of thing.
guess.
I don't know. That's kind of how I
It's
feel.
my whole thing going back to you do you,
I
I'll
know.
do me.
I like that. Yeah.
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 That's what I say too. It's a tough one sometimes when you're out, but you gotta just do you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do you. I'll do me.
Exactly.
I feel like we have a lot of like younger listeners that call in and ask for advice on, you know, like any tips you could give for somebody that like wants to make it in the business or wants to be a singer or has dreams of being a pop star. Like, what would you say to somebody younger that's wanting to do that and do what you're doing?
Oh, I think I have a good one, but I don't know if everyone agrees with this. Focus on one thing.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Focus on one thing. Because if you focus, like if you're a jack of all trades, I think the probability of you making it, like thinking like
This-
that, is not that high.
Mm.
But if you focus on one thing and just,
Molly tells me this all the time.
She
it
does.
works. It really works
Mhm.
because you have to, it's just focus. You're focused and you're sending all your energy into that one thing.
Yep.
And then boom, I think that's when it happens. And that's where miracles happen.
That's what she's
because-
always like,
Mhm.
you can, if you're going to make great, like if you want to be like one thing. And I'm
Yes.
all over the place. Like I am ADHD. Like I've got 50
Girl,
million.
I am too. I had to learn a long time ago to be like, okay, no wait, just focus on singing, just music.
Yep.
Stay in
Mm.
the studio, don't move.
Even with that though, like I think in today's world where everyone's a singer and everyone's an influencer and everyone's this online and everything,
Everyone wants to be everything, which is amazing. I
it
think
is. But I think having a niche really sets you apart these days.
yeah.
And like for you, I feel like that's working for you. Like there's not a whole lot of female singers in dance music and in the electronic world. You know what I mean? And you've really got a
Thank you.
foothold in that, which is really cool.
Thank you, but it does take habits, little habits every day
Yeah.
towards that goal.
Yeah.
You
like
can't
what?
be-
Share your habits. Let's hear the habits.
I don't know, like you're saying like daily habits.
Yeah. Like, do you have
Um,
things you do every day?
I mean, I kind of like, I find comfort in doing the same thing, listening to the same music.
Yep.
But that's like, is that like a problem?
No,
I
I'm
have-
the same
She
exact
does
way.
that, yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I like comforting things.
Me too.
Yeah. So I'm a little ADHD too. So
Yeah.
I feel like I need to do things like listen to my favorite music. I go get my coffee at the same spot when I'm home. Because when I'm on tour, it's not like that.
I hate it.
So
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like,
It's
where am I
hard.
gonna get the best coffee? What if that coffee's not good? What if it's too acidic? What if I
Yep.
start like losing my voice from that coffee? Because like you're not supposed to drink so much coffee, but then my coffee
Yep.
is
You're like, I gotta have
perfect.
coffee.
So I know exactly where I get my coffee. I go
Mm.
every morning. I have to do that just for me to make myself happy. It's really not even about doing it. It's like it makes me happy. I do things that make me happy. I go
Yep.
for a walk sometimes. I definitely try and see my friends as much as I can when I'm home to feel grounded. I need
Yeah.
to feel grounded.
Yeah.
I need to feel really normal in order to do all the Ava Max things. And because that stuff can get overwhelming for me because
Absolutely.
I like to hide sometimes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so that's my way of hiding, doing my normal things. Like, again, the simplest things, getting coffee and taking a walk and just not thinking about work
Yeah.
stuff. Like, I need to not think about work stuff. Even when my mom calls, she asks me something about work. I'm like, Mom, we're not talking about that right now. Later, 4 p.m., we can talk about work stuff. I'm
I
like,
love
right
that.
now,
That's
I just
really
don't
good.
want to talk about work stuff.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I have to shut my brain off from that. for a second.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a habit.
That's
I
a very healthy habit.
Very.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think about it 24/7.
You seem like a very healthy person.
You do.
I try to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
Which is kind of rare in this world,
I
in this
know.
industry, you know?
Well, I'm not a big fan of fame. Maybe that's why.
I think so.
I don't like all the lights, camera, action. Like, I like singing. I love dancing. I love performing.
Yep.
And then I'm like, get me out of these clothes. I
Mm.
just want to.
That's exactly my husband, who's an
Or-
Aquarius.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just want to
Like
disconnect.
he loves what he does.
Love
like
it.
he loves acting. He loves all of that, but he hates fame.
Yeah, I hate it.
He just does not want any part
I
of
really
it.
despise it.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like I know some people love it.
Mhm.
And again, to each their own.
Yeah.
That's just how people are wired. You can't change people, right?
No.
So for me, it's so funny. My manager's always like, well, you chose the wrong career.
Yeah.
It's true.
Mhm.
But you
But
know
I'm
what?
trying to get used to it.
I think there's a way to manage it because, Molly's the same way.
Mhm.
Like she loves like being home.
Two
She
different
loves her
people.
routine. She loves her, the comforts
Yeah.
of home and all of that. But she loves what she does.
But she can turn on when she needs
That's
to turn
right.
on. And I feel like I have that in me, which is good for what I do. But then when I can turn off, it's also good for my mental health.
Mhm.
I think it's important. I can easily just bye-bye. Not right
So
now.
important.
So
It's
great.
not me right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Me too.
I can relate to that a lot too.
It's important.
Should we play a little game?
Yeah. Oh my God, what game?
Let's
so
see.
we do this game. It's called Truth or Toke because normally
Truth or
this being a podcast about smoking marijuana,
Falling
we make it where you either tell the truth or take a hit. But in your case, we're gonna have you take a drink
Take
if you
a
don't
sip.
want to answer.
Take
Take
a
a sip. Yeah.
Okay.
You have your cards, Mom?
I do.
You have your glasses? Yep. Look, you're just really on it today.
I am.
I'm really impressed. I'll go first because I love this question. Who is someone that you thought was sweet but turned out to be psycho?
She's never answering this.
My ex-best friend.
Best friend? Oh, wow.
Ex-best friend.
Wow.
Ex-best friend.
First time I've ever said that on air. But we're not going to name names. But my ex-best friend knew her for so long, like 11 years. Totally knife in the back.
Turned out to be a psycho.
Might talk about that later in the year. But
Okay.
Ooh,
Damn.
So yeah, I'm okay with saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yay.
Love that.
It's the truth.
Yeah. So are you a lover or a fighter?
I'm a lover.
Me too.
I can fight for people around me that I love,
Mm.
right? I can be a fighter for people I love. Like I can turn into a tiger. If someone messes with people I love, I'm like, grr. But for me, I guess I need to definitely stand up in situations more for myself, but I'm more of a lover.
That's me.
Yeah, totally.
I give a lot of chances. Like
Yeah.
that's the type of person I am.
Oh, me too. Way too many.
Yeah. Well, if you had to fight, give us your top 3 people that you would want to be on your team. Like choose your fighters, preferably celebrities that people would know.
If we were going into battle right now, you guys done.
Yay!
Powder Puff Girls.
Seriously. I
Truly.
love that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know. Honestly, you should say Miley because she can throw down when she
She
needs
can.
to.
Okay, I love Miley. It's so funny because I've met her a few times, and this was before Sweet But Psycho. This is
so
before Sweet But Psycho
way back in the
parties,
day.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
really?
She's so sweet. Yeah.
Aw.
Are you
She's
friends with
with
Vidget
people. Wait.
Mahindra?
Wait, why does that sound familiar?
He's a photographer.
Oh, he likes my photos, and I've met him before. So yes.
Yeah.
yes.
She mentioned that today. She's
Oh
like,
my
I think
gosh.
she
Yeah.
like knows Vidget.
It's because we're friends on Instagram too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're really good friends
That
too.
is so
Aw.
funny.
Yeah.
No, I love.
Your turn.
Oh, let me look. Hold on.
Y'all are just so down to earth, though. All of you, Miley as well.
Oh,
Like
thank you.
it's rare in this business.
I know.
I know.
it
It really is.
It's so rare.
Very.
Okay, this is going to be one of those she's going to have to answer later. But if you could write a diss track about anyone, who would it be?
Oh,
The ex-best friend.
That's the fun one.
Well, that's okay. She
I love
can
it.
sip. That's all we
You
have.
can sip. Okay, if you were queen, what would be your first rule of order?
Peace.
Oh,
Of
Classic.
course.
Yeah.
Number one. It's
Totally.
classic. It's cliche, but
Yeah.
it's true.
it is
We
true.
need peace.
We do.
We do.
We really do need peace in everyday life and
Yeah.
politics and everything.
In every single aspect of the world right
Yeah,
now.
I hate to say it, but it's true.
It is really true.
Because I know it's cliche.
Yeah.
It is, but also a great answer.
Yeah. What's your guilty pleasure?
Oh, guilty pleasure. I love chocolate. I eat a lot of chocolate, like
So does
chocolate
she.
cake, chocolate bars. Like I'll eat chocolate out of the jar. Like there's
That is hilarious.
like I found a healthy version of Nutella because I grew up loving Nutella,
Oh.
but Nutella's not that healthy at all.
No, it's not.
From the palm oil, so I don't eat
Yeah.
it anymore. And I'm also allergic to coconut. And
What a
palm oil is
tragedy.
coconut. You know,
Yeah.
it's derived from coconut. I didn't know for the longest time, and I was getting sick.
Oh,
But
that's weird.
Uh-huh.
yeah, so I got a healthy version.
Palm
of
oil's
Nutella.
in like everything.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's horrible for you.
yeah,
But my body doesn't like it, so I start like it's not good.
interesting. What's your craziest fan encounter?
Oh my god. And well, when one punched me on stage.
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
in
what do you
LA.
mean?
Was that the Fonda? It was at the Fonda.
Did someone
At the
like get
Fonda.
on stage?
Yeah, this big guy. Like he was probably like 6'4", and he comes on. No one saw him coming. He must have leaped really fast, and he just smacks, punches me in the eye and scratches my eyeball. And I'm like, At first I thought it was one of the dancers.
This is terrible.
I thought it was one of the dancers' feet, and I'm like, when did they do a new routine? Like, I was so confused.
Like, was he wasted
I
or
look
on?
up, and this guy is on the ground. Like, one of the security guards finally got him.
No.
But no, he's so infatuated. Apparently, like he thinks I'm his wife. His mom online thinks I'm her daughter-in-law. It's like a whole thing. It's a family thing. And so, yeah.
Are you like traumatized from that? Because I would be.
At the time, yeah. It was kind of crazy. Because it came
that's
out of nowhere. I was
insane.
ending my show, and all of a sudden, hits me in the face.
That's insane.
I'm like, if you love someone, you don't smack them.
That's what I was like. Why are you punching your wife?
Well, the fact that he thinks she's his wife is already a red flag here. Like, we're not expecting him to be making the smartest choices if he's convinced she's his wife. Okay?
I'm just like, damn.
No, but actually, why?
I don't know.
I know. I almost I needed a break after that.
Yeah, I bet.
It's everyone would want a break after that.
Yeah,
totally.
You know what I mean? But
yeah,
it was so terrifying.
That's insane.
that is
Yeah,
scary.
it was terrifying.
And
Wow.
It's very
Did
terrifying.
anyone
My
get
dad's
it on
like, where is he?
video,
I was
or-
like, Dad, don't worry, we gotta handle it. My dad's like, no, I'm gonna go.
That is bad.
Is it on video anywhere?
Oh, it's on a video. Yeah,
No.
I posted on my TikTok too.
Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch that
You
immediately.
guys can totally
What an-
show that.
That is so crazy.
It's kind of funny when you watch it back. No, it's not funny.
It's insane.
But it did hurt.
Didn't somebody do something like that to BB Rexa?
A phone. She
Oh,
hit
yeah,
with the
through-
phone.
Oh, that happened to Kelsey Ballerini too.
Yeah.
That
Somebody
is-
threw, I think it was a bracelet or something, but it hit her like right in the eye, and she had to walk off
It was
stage.
my
and it was a
eye
whole
too.
thing.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what is up with the eye?
I mean, BB, I think, fell to the ground, right?
Jeez.
Yeah, I made like a joke acting like, just,
Yeah,
acting
it's
like it was part of
crazy.
the dance.
That is so crazy.
Is there anyone's DMs you've slid into?
No. I can't.
She's
I will
saying no
not
and
say.
drinking. That's
I will
hilarious.
not say.
So the answer is yes, but you're not going to say. So you
But
can,
yes and no.
yeah. And we've all done it. It's fine.
You guys, I am
You
not,
did it, mother.
Oh, yeah, I did it. And I
See?
married him.
Okay, see, you're upfront like me.
Yeah. Oh, I totally did. I'd never done anything like that before, but yeah, I did.
It's just it's bold.
Can you believe she was 1 for 1?
Oh, yeah, I was
The
on
first
Good for
DM she
you.
ever slid into
Cheers.
and
Yeah.
married him. Like,
Yes.
it's
yes.
nuts.
Meant
Yes.
to be. That's how you know it's meant to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't mess with fate.
You cannot.
It's true.
You can't.
If you could swap lives with any celebrity for a day, who would it be?
Oh, dead or alive or just alive?
Either.
I love Marilyn.
I was going to say
I-
Marilyn. That's who I was
That's
you
a good
felt
answer.
It then.
Yeah.
Telepathic energy.
Definitely
right there.
Marilyn.
That's a good answer.
Marilyn.
Actually.
Yes.
She was just incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this was a good one. If you could have a one-night scandalous affair with any historical
Oh.
figure, who would it be and why? Kelsey, was this like your question?
was dying.
Okay, it's hilarious.
Scandalous affair.
Historical.
A historical figure.
You're like a dinosaur. No.
I mean, like,
I'm trying to think who I would even say. That's
don't-
a hard question.
it is hard.
I don't know.
A historical figure?
Historical. Are you saying like a president? Like George Washington?
Well, that's where I went with it. Like Marilyn
saying,
with
like-
JFK.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. I was gonna say Elvis.
Oh.
no, this is getting crazy. I was actually gonna say Elvis.
Yeah,
That's a good
Elvis.
answer.
We're
although
connected
Elvis
right
in
now.
the 70s before the blow.
I was gonna say he was a little nuts.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah.
I like
black leather, skinny, hot.
Before the
Elvis.
bloat is
that,
sending.
Yeah.
That was that was everything.
But
That's
yeah.
too good.
Yeah. Yeah. Elvis
Oh
is
my
great.
god.
We'll just stick with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone cute you have your eye on right now?
He may be in this room, but you can't see him.
And we won't say a
Fun.
name. Because are you all
Wink.
public yet or no?
What?
Are you all like public?
Did I? Is it called soft launching?
Yeah.
Soft launch,
I
yeah.
think I soft launched you.
By accident?
Did you hear that? Yeah. Did we get that? Yeah. On
Yeah,
camera.
we got the yeah. Cute. You
So
did good.
cute.
We might hard launch soon. It depends. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
It's been like only what a month.
Okay.
Month, yeah.
And honestly, when you let sometimes when you let everyone in, it is just not good.
That's true.
I love keeping some of my stuff private because it's just like, then nobody can like come in and
Ruin it.
ruin it for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, because
True.
that's what I always say.
Yeah.
But I'm
Mhm.
trying to be a little different now because I've always been so private with
Yeah.
my personal life.
Mm.
And I feel like it's it's okay maybe to let a little.
I feel like it can go both ways because I feel like when you try to keep something a secret, people like want to know more and care
true.
more. And when you're super out in the open about it, sometimes people don't care at all.
Yeah, so maybe I
That's
should
true.
just not care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Love.
I mean, that's what I would do. Even though I, in my right mind, I'm like, why am I letting anybody in? I would totally do it too.
Yeah, so
You know.
whatever. Yeah, so I guess I am.
It's your turn.
Oh, I always forget my. If you were to write a book about your life, what would be the title?
Oh, maybe All or Nothing.
Oh, that's a good title.
Love.
All or
Want to tell her
Nothing.
yours?
Honestly, she makes fun of it.
I
do
want to know
not.
now.
She does.
I do
And
not.
I'm going to tell you why, even though, I mean, it'll be in the book. I came from Eastern Kentucky, is where I'm from. And there was this music artist
Mhm.
that had a song out in the early 70s called Appalachian Lady. And I love being from Appalachia. Like, it's something I'm super proud of. And his music is the reason that I love music so much. And I think it is the reason, like, why I could manage Miley. Like, it was like almost like this prophecy, like, because I was so obsessed with the music. So, because being from Appalachia, I think the title of my book would be Appalachian Lady.
Oh, I really love that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cute.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's too
That's
good.
Yeah. And it's also for me like a tribute to him because I feel like for me, like the music was so special. And like it is why I love music so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's special when you know, like from how you know
Yeah.
you grew up there. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my book.
Are you superstitious at all?
Yes,
Me too.
I'm so superstitious. I knock on wood all the time.
I do too.
I knock on it all
I'm
the
not
time.
superstitious.
Mm.
I
You're
also-
not? Oh,
no.
I fully believe in
Lucky you,
ghosts.
because like I feel like it's a detriment to me.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm always anything I say, I'm like, oh no, I can't say it. I can't swear. I only swear on my mom if I really like feel like it's necessary.
Oh, I'm like that too.
She is like that.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are a little.
I do
superstitious.
that.
You are a little bit.
I'm like, no, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna swear. but
right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, last one. What are your top 3 favorite songs you've ever written?
Ever written Kings and Queens, number 1, love,
That one's number 1.
female empowerment.
Yep.
And then second one, I mean, obviously can't forget Sweet But Psycho
I love that one.
because everyone's a little Sweet But Psycho.
Yep.
And it's so relatable.
And it's just so catchy.
Oh, thank you.
So catchy.
It's almost like annoying. Like I sometimes I'm like, was I trying to hurt people's ears?
Yeah. When I play that one, it is literally in my head for days after. It's like the one
weird.
song of the set
Why
that
are
just
some
sticks
songs like
with
that?
me. I don't know.
I find that weird.
Yeah.
It
It's
is
good, though.
crazy. I know. That's
That's what
the
you
good
want.
ones.
I know.
Yeah.
It's insane. And then also the third one, I was going through a lot of my life during this one. Maybe You're the Problem was the first single of the second album. But I really felt, just so passionate and almost like I needed to write that record.
Wow.
Maybe You're the Problem, yeah. Because I was not the problem. I was not the problem.
We're usually not.
We're usually
Yeah,
not.
Nope.
True. All right, we have one Dear MT this week. So Dear MT is when the stoners call in and ask for Tish's advice, which God bless them, but they love to do
They
it.
love my advice.
They love her advice. So let's see what she has to say.
It's Melanie from Maryland calling again. I just wanted to tell you a quick story. I remember a while back, Tish got a manicure that she didn't realize was color changing. It was like mood nail polish or something, and she was so shocked. So the other night, I'm laying in bed and I noticed some static electricity, whatever, under my comforter. And my dog is acting really weird, like looking at it, like what is going on? And I'm like, oh, it's just static electricity. My manicurist gave me a glow in the dark manicure.
I'm
I
dead.
went earlier that day, got French tips. They have green French tips, and that isn't even the part that's glow in the dark. It's the base. My fingers look like glow sticks or
I'm
lightsabers.
dead.
I might have to wear gloves at night to sleep. They give out so much light. Me and my husband were laughing so hard. Whatever. This is life. At least it's funny, right?
That's hysterical.
I would have been like going to calling 911 or going
You
to the
would.
ER. I'd be like, holy.
Well, especially if you had taken mushrooms or something.
Oh my
Could you
God.
imagine?
I would literally be like, Brandy, I've got to go to the ER.
Insane.
The fact that it was like causing static electricity is pretty nuts.
I know.
Hilarious.
I'm cracking
I'd be freaked
up.
out.
I love her.
Okay, I love her.
That was fun.
That was
She
really
didn't ask
fun.
for any advice, but
No,
that was a great
thank
story.
God, because that was too good.
That was good.
Yeah, she was chilling. She just wanted to hang.
Exactly.
I love that.
Me too.
All right. Well, Ava, we loved having you.
We
Thank you. You guys
did.
are the sweetest.
This was so fun.
Is there anything coming up that the stoners should be on the lookout for with you?
Oh my God, so much new music. Second song is probably coming out in June, so I just wanted to tell you guys first.
Love that.
That is
Inside tip.
awesome.
Are you playing any shows? Do you have any festivals or anything coming up?
Yeah, I'm performing at the Capitol on June 9th.
Cool.
Yeah, the Capitol will be really fun.
That will be fun.
Yeah, June. We're gonna start traveling a bit again because I've been home, which has been nice. But
I bet.
yeah, I'm excited to get.
Do you
back.
like to travel?
When I've had my rest.
Yeah.
When I'm charged up, my social battery is charged up.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, me too.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So fun.
See you next week, stoners.
Bye, stoners.
This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation and Hopetown Entertainment.